still on the phone, as you can all see, because of a bad outage over here, terrible storm, etc. But we make do with what we have. Okay. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. विवादः तयोर्द्वयोर्मूलमजानतां स्यात् विधेः प्रयत्नस्य च मूलवस्तु सञ्जानतां नैव विधिर्नयत्नः यदीशितुर्वीक्षणमीक्षितार मवीक्ष्य तन्मास्नसिके क्षणं स्यात् न द्रष्टुरन्यः परमोहितस्य वीक्षा स्वमूले प्रविलीय निष्ठा आत्मानमीक्षेत परं प्रपश्येत् इत्यागमोक्ते सुलभो न भावः नात्मैव दृश्यो यदि काकथेशे स्वयं तदन्नीभवनं तदीक्षा धिये प्रकाशं परमो वितीर्य स्वयं धियोऽन्तः प्रविभाति गुप्तः धियं परावृत्य धियोऽन्तरेत्र संयोजनानेश्वर दृष्टिरन्या. Let's see if I can put it up. That is better, no? How is the audio? Are you able to hear?
Yeah. It's very good sound.
So,
Yes.
Clear. Fine, all right. Fantastic.
Very clear.
No, good, good. Excellent. Thank you for the feedback. So, Dhiye Prakasham Paramo Vitirya. We saw this particular one. Dhiye Prakasham Paramo Vitirya. Meaning, having distributed this, this consciousness, this awareness, Bhagavan did everything. I told you the story last time we heard a story. Which story was it? We ended on two stories. One story was of the pickpocket on the train. You remember that story? Yes? Say yes, even if you don't remember, okay? Yeah, so that will save me from telling it all, all over again. So, the pickpocket, on the train, actually not the pickpocket wannabe. So the pickpocket wannabe was thwarted in his efforts. Why? Primarily because the money was hidden in his own bag, not in the bag of the person who owned the money. Because the person was so sure that that's the last place he would look. This is how exactly it is with the Atma also. The last place you look is where the seeking, searching eye is there. That is not where you look. You look outside everywhere. And so here in verses 24, 25, and 26, the understanding of this ahankara, what it constitutes, what are the raw materials from which it has been crafted, etc., is being discussed. It's a very, very interesting set of verses. So the first one is understanding how this Satchidananda Atma, as though is living or is conditioned by, again we have to put as though here, as though conditioned by this body, mind, sense complex. And so what did this, what did this light of consciousness, so to speak, do? Dhiye prakasham vitihya. Having distributed that awareness to the buddhi, having distributed that awareness to the buddhi, of course, it's already distributed it to all the nama and all the rupa, name and form, name and form, name and form, everywhere. And then finally it came to the buddhi and it said, let's give this, this person a chance. Not much use even if I put this in the buddhi, but doesn't matter, let's try. Let's try. So that Bhagavan said, we have done our, so that we would have done our best. So the buddhi was lit up by the presence of this Bhagavan, and then Bhagavan saw what was in the buddhi. What was in the buddhi? A lot of raga and dvesha. The buddhi was like a cave. In fact, in the Shastra, buddhi is called guha. Guha means cave. And when you go inside a cave, you get little frightened because there are bats of doubt, self-doubt here, flying around. There are stalagmites of distrust and stalactites of all kinds of anyatha bhava. Anyatha bhava means there is, what is that? Anyatha bhava means there is a lot of, what's its name? Not seeing what is, seeing something else other than what is, not seeing yourself, seeing other things. This is what the whole thing is. And then this anyatha bhava is there. And so therefore, the whole thing is very much talked about in the Shastra like this. So and the cave is of course damp because no light goes in there, correct? And so the cave is damp. The dampness signifies what? Sorrow. Dampness is sorrow. Everything is wet and damp, and all the tears are dropping there inside the cave of the buddhi. Then finally, a few wild animals take refuge. And so you go inside, and what happens? You see some bright eyes, just the eyes. All right. In the cave, you see just the eyes, and then some kind of reflected. And then you hear a gargling sound. It is some animal growling. And so like this is the cave of the buddhi. And so this cave is also filled with the stalactites and stalagmites, can be raga and dvesha, because there are so many there. And so Bhagavan took one look at all this and just hid somewhere in the buddhi. So Pravibhati continued to shine because you can't hide a lamp. A lamp you cannot hide. So somehow it was hidden, as though hidden, and letting all the raga dveshas shine, because the light was shown on the raga dveshas. The light was shown on the damp trickling on the moldy walls. Mold is vasana. Okay, yeah, and so the damp trickling on the moldy walls, and then what else? And then there was also the crowded, of how everything was crowded, wild, and full of all wild animals, and anger, fear, sorrow, distrust, everything. On all that the light is shown, but the shiner of the light itself as though hidden. This is where Bhagavan is found. Bhagavan is found in the most unlikely of places. If you think that, oh, I'm going to seek Bhagavan in some nice, I'm going to climb a mountain, and there on top of the mountain is a nice temple, and inside the temple is Bhagavan, and then I will just go there and sit, nobody to disturb, nobody to tell me what to do. I sit and write an ode to Bhagavan and ode to solitude. That is all spiritual romanticism. Because more likely than not, Bhagavan is found in the what should I say, in the emotionally dirtiest of spaces, in a place full of tears and fears and raga and Vesha, right there, the person who is frustrated, right there is Bhagavan. In the middle of the frustration shines Bhagavan. Because of the one who upkeeps the sorrow, he is nothing but Bhagavan. It's all Bhagavan, Bhagavan, Bhagavan. It's just amazing. It's all just, just absolutely like that. And so, therefore, this is what we have to see. We have to understand this properly. And so, what is Bhagavan doing in this kind of a guha? The guha means the mind, the heart, the buddhi. The intellect is the guha. So what is Bhagavan doing in this kind of a place? This is very well known. Even in the Kathopanishad, which is perhaps the parent verse to this, it is said, what is said, Tam durdarsham gudham anupravishtam guhahitam gahvareshtam puranam adhyatma yoga digamena devam matva dhiro harsha shokau jahati. Tam means this Atmanam. Where is this Atma? Durdarsham, difficult to find, difficult to seek, difficult to see, difficult to understand. Where is this? We don't know. Nobody knows where it is. So tam durdarsham, gudham anupravishtam. Gudham means hidden. This Bhagavan, this Ishvara has entered the heart, the mind, the intellect, and has gone into hiding. Naturally, took one look at the crowded buddhi and said, oh, I wish I could leave, but I promised I would stay, so I'm just going to hide. Can't handle all these ragadveshas. And so then, guha hitam means nihitam. Guha nihitam means gone inside the cave of the buddhi. Why the buddhi is called a cave, we will see presently after this particular mantra. Gahvareshtam. Gahvare tishtati iti gahvareshtha. Gahvareshtha means, Gahvara means in very difficult places, not easy to reach places. It's like when, I haven't played, I've heard that if you play golf and the ball goes in some terrible area, you have to chase the ball. You have to go there and then hit. You can't just go there, bring the ball and put it in a nice place and then hit. You have to go follow it. If it's in the brambles, you become all thorny. If it's in the sludge, you become dirty. You just go there. And this is exactly what what we have to understand. We understand this, that this is exactly how it is. Gahvareshtha. Gahvare tishtati iti. So Gahvareshtha means that which inheres, that which lives in the most difficult of conditions, in the most dire conditions, in the most difficult conditions, that which abides. This is Bhagavan. Puranam. Purana means that pura eva navacha, that which is as ancient as the five elements, but that which is ever fresh, ever new also. Gahvareshtham Puranam. Then how do you understand it? It's gone into hiding. It's gone into hiding. Okay. Then it's gone somewhere. It's inside a cave, and a cave of the heart, cave of the buddhi. And the buddhi is crowded because we have been holding a lot of preferences and prejudices. Every experience has to be perfect. Why should it be perfect? Especially when we are looking at the verse of how Bhagavan lives, he is already perfect and lives among the so-called imperfections. The imperfections are mithya. That is what it is. And so Gahvareshtham Puranam. Then how to know this? Adhyatma yoga dhigamena devam. This self-effulgent entity called Deva, which is you, is under adhigamena, is understood how? Adhyatma yoga dhigamena. Is understood by Adhyatma yoga. What is Adhyatma yoga? Brahma vidya, Atma vidya. The pursuit of Atma, the pursuit of Brahman. How? Through the study of the Shastra, Guru Mukhat, from the teacher. Staying with the teacher and listening, so staying means, committing to that. And through the difficulties. See, right now we are having a difficulty. And the difficulty is because, this the internet is not there. That is why there are certain difficulties. So, instead of complaining, we focus. We focus on what there is to hear. And of course, this is always, Bhagavan always gives the most pertinent thing at the most pertinent time. So here is what is at stake here. What is at stake is to cultivate the ability to bypass the difficulties and focus on that which I need to know. And that's what one has to do. And that is exactly what is, that is where the growth lies. It's easy to complain. It's easy to complain, especially about things that we can't do anything about. If we can, okay, we will. And we have. But if we can't do anything about it, it's better to use that time to grow. It is better to do that rather than, complain about what is wrong. So sometimes things are wrong. What can you do? And so this is what the verse is saying in the Kathopanishad, which I have quoted, that Bhagavan is recognized in the midst of difficulties very effectively. Think about it. Until difficulty came, did you ever think about Bhagavan? No. Only when difficulties come, you say, oh, where are you? What happened? Where are you? How can you leave me like this? In fact, that's why the word difficulty starts with D, and the word devotee also starts with D. And the word drama also starts with D. First comes drama, and that drama leads to difficulty, and because of the difficulty, one becomes a devotee. This is your life in 3D, okay? And this is what happens. And this is exactly what it is. If everything is going, swimmingly well, whatever you want, you're getting. And whatever you don't want, you're not getting. And whatever you want more, you're getting more. What's the fun? No fun, no growth, no devotion, no Bhagavan. So here in this Kathopanishad mantra, from which this verse, with which this verse number 24 or 22, however we are counting, resonates, it's just so beautiful. It says, Bhagavan is to be found in the middle of imperfections and difficulties. That is where Bhagavan is, because that is how it is. There is no pure Bhagavan. What do you mean pure Bhagavan? No, I don't like the Jagat. I want without Jagat Bhagavan. You can have idli without chutney, no problem. You go to a hotel and say, just give me idli, don't give me chutney. They will think you are a little strange. And they will say, have you come from America? Because Americans have a lot of these kinds of preferences, I want a salad, but the dressing should be on the side. I want this, but I don't want that. India, people are not used to it. This is like a thali culture. Thali culture means if you come around lunchtime, what you get for lunch is lunch. In that lunch, you cannot say, I want a little more of this, little bit. It's all just set. And so like this, so here, you say, I want idli, I don't want chutney. Then they will look at each other and say, it's a little strange, okay, but we can oblige. But here you cannot say, I want pure Bhagavan without the Jagat. Without the Jagat, you also won't be there, okay? How are you going to seek? You'll already be one with Bhagavan. Yeah, that's what I want. Well, you were one with Bhagavan before the last cycle of creation, before this cycle of creation. How did that work out for you? How did that work out for you? Here you are again, here everybody is. How did that work out for you? Have you stopped complaining? No. Okay. That's why we need this verse. That is exactly why we need this verse. And so So therefore what? Gahvareshtham Puranam Adhyatma Yogadhigamena Devam Matva Jnatva. So knowing this Bhagavan through a committed exposure to the teachings with the help of a guru who has a guru, who had a guru, whose guru had a guru, whose guru had a guru, 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 all the way to Bhagavan, an unbroken lineage. And then Adhyatma Yogadhigamena Devam Matva Dhiraha, the one who is the intelligent person. Oh, why are you calling that fellow Dhira? I am also Dhira. Yes, you are also Dhira. Because you signed up for this class. You're also Dhira. Who said your person is being praised? Yeah, that person is being praised because it's not easy to be a Dhira. Dhira means the one who goes against against samsara, which is not easy. The samsara grain, goes a certain way. The samsara waters flow in a certain way. And then everybody is swimming downstream because it's easy, because it's the default. And then as they are swimming downstream, they meet one fellow swimming upstream. Very difficult. Out of breath. And they all look at him and say, are you adult? Something wrong with your head? This is the way, it's easy. Come this side. No. I am going this way. I have a Vedanta class on the other side. What Vedanta? Come with us. We are going to the village fair. This is where the waters are flowing. It's easy. Look how we are floating along. He says, no, thank you. He or she says, no, thank you. I am headed this way. What is wrong with you? Why do so much? Why take such a lot of effort? Such a lot of effort. And why have so much difficulty? Is something wrong with you? Usually when you start studying Vedanta, this is what all the concerned loved ones ask. First, they take your temperature. Are you feeling all right? You have a fever. You're having any other symptoms. Is it because you had COVID that something got wrong and now you are into Vedanta? What happened? And so first they are in disbelief. They look for reasons. Something must be wrong. What is wrong? And then after that they come to the conclusion. They kind of write you off. They don't scratch you off completely, but they underline your name in pencil and put a question mark next to it. What's with this person? Mentally, they think like that. Don't go there. This person doesn't attend parties, doesn't do this, doesn't do that, doesn't go here, doesn't go there, and then also doesn't complain. Seems to be somewhat happy with themselves. What's the deal here? What exactly is the deal? And how is this, how is this working? And so like this, the person, is extremely, can you please mute yourself, whoever joined just now? Because, it is, I don't know how to do that on the phone. Please help me and mute yourself. Yeah, thank you. It's still not done. There must be a way to mute oneself. Hold on, let me try to find. Disconnect audio. I'm not finding it. I found it earlier. Participants. Maybe they don't know how to mute themselves. Okay. Big settings. Yeah, settings are not a participant. There is well. I think we can mute here. Mute all. Somewhere it will be. You can see the ones who are not muted. No, we don't need to do that. Underneath there is one setting that says mute all. Try to fit it. Fantastic. Figured it out. Thank you. Okay. So the Dhira is the one who goes against the grain. Who goes against the grain. Doesn't take the easy way out because has somehow figured out that the easy way out is actually fraught with all kinds of difficulties. There are no shortcuts. You say you're going to take a shortcut, and then after that, what? It ends up being longer than the regular way. And so the Dhira is the one who, in Sanskrit, Dhira means Dhihi Rati Dadati. The one who has cultivated the intellect so much that they can even share their thinking and their Viveka, the person of discrimination. They can share their discrimination with others. Others look up to them. And so then, knowing Bhagavan in the midst of the difficulties around, samsara, difficulties and difficulties where within the heart there are many difficulties, push, pull, and fears and whatnot, and the child and the adult and all kinds of things. So many difficulties. So therefore what? So Matva Dhira, knowing this, right in the middle of difficulties, knowing oneself as Bhagavan, Harsha Shokau Jahati, gives up the drama. That's why I said the first D is for drama. Drama, depression, and then devotion, and then finally Deva. That's what it is. Understanding oneself as Deva. That is 4D. Very good. And so first is the drama. That is what it is. There is an inner drama, push, pull, fear, and first there is ecstasy, harsha, and then agony, shoka, yay, yippee, and then after that what? No, not really. And then so therefore this is the problem, and that is why it is said, Matva, knowing this, the Dhiraha harsha shokau jahati, gives up the harsha, gives up the shoka, gives up the drama. It's not that gives up happiness and sorrow. That's not the idea. Gives up the alternating yo-yo life of happiness and sorrow. And so that is what this verse is based on here. So Pravibhati Guptaha. So what do we do? The second, the third and the fourth line, the second pada says this, Dhyam Paravritya. Again, also based on one more thing in the Kathopanishad, Dhyam Paravritya Dhyo Antare Atra. Dhyam Paravritya, having turned inward. What? The buddhi. Where is the buddhi focused? What is there? Who are they? What are they doing? Oh, still their son hasn't found a job. What is he doing? Oh, what are these people doing? Oh, looks like they are gossiping about others. What is this person doing? Okay, this person is gossiping about the other person's being a gossip. Very, very interesting. But this is how the thing is. And oh, there is something shiny. One is like a 6-month-old. You should take one rattle and go like this, and the baby goes towards the rattle. And then you take one, you take some shiny thing and show it, and the eyes go, the ears go here, the eyes go there, the hands go to grab the object. And there is one Greek mythology. This woman was told to run, and there was a race, and she was a very good runner, marathon runner, absolutely wonderful. So she was told to run the race, and then at the end of the race, she would, become immortal if she ended up at the finish line. And she was the only runner. It was not that it was a competition. She was the only runner. And then you know what happened? She ran, and then the temptations came. Golden apples, because it was like a magical running track. Golden apples fell off trees and then just came and rolled right in front of her path. She says, oh, I'll make up the speed. Don't worry. Just one apple I will take. Another apple I'll take. Another something fell. Oh, how nice. That's also golden. I will take. And so how can you run when when your hands are full of all kinds of things? and then I'll just forgot to make it to the finish line. This is exactly how it is. To make it to the finish line, the buddhi, which is always outwardly focused, needs to do a 180-degree turn. Paravritya means having turned the buddhi within. Having turned the buddhi within. That is what paravritya means. And this again, the last two lines are also from the Kathopanishad. Paranchikhani vyatrinat swayambhuhu parak pashyati nacha antaratman kashchid dhiraha atmanam aikshat avritta chakshuhu amritatvam icchan. Lord Yama says, you know what? It's almost as Bhagavan, as though Bhagavan has made has set us up for destruction, has made the human being ready to destroy themselves. Why? Because they have made all the sense organs face outwardly. Ears don't pick up the sounds of the Atma. Of course, Atma makes no sound, that's a different matter. But the ears only hear what is outside. The eyes only see what is outside. And the tongue, of course, is ready to taste all the tastes that are outside. The tongue cannot taste itself. And then what is the message? The spiritual message is turn inward, go within. What a travesty. If I'm supposed to turn inward, then why is everything facing outward? Please tell me that. So Vyatrinat means as though has destroyed. Swayambhu, the Lord, has as though destroyed the human being. Why? Because of which the human being only sees what is outside, not, and again, so to speak, what is without is also Bhagavan. But in order to understand that, we need a little bit of space. And that internal space is what is being talked about in the next two lines. And then Kashchit Dhiraha Atmanam Aichat. So one person here again, the Dhira, the discriminating individual, desiring the Atma. What happens? Desiring the Atma says, I want this immortality. I want to understand this knowledge. I want to no longer be in this cycle of samsara. And then what do? They focus within. So here also dhyam paravritya dhyaha antare atra. Look within yourself, and then what will you find? Within again is, it's not that you need an endoscope or some kind of a scope to look within in the stomach. That's not the idea. Look within means proverbial. Metaphorically look within, because what is there? Dhiyo antare, dhiyaha antare atra. Within this buddhi, what is there? The union, sanyojanam. The union, sanyojanat, ishvara drishtihi, sanyojanat. So when you are one with your buddhi, with the truth of that buddhi, with what is it, this awareness, what is this consciousness, what is this light? When you start asking that question, and what happens? Sanyojanat, you see a union. And because of that union, this is the Ishvara Drishti. The Ishvara Drishti is because of the union, no other way. That union of you with the buddhi, by passing the stalactites, the stalagmites, the lack of shraddha, reverence, the fears, the tears, the preferences, the prejudices, the anger, the resistance, everything. You just focus on I am. That amness is, how do you understand I am? Because I know. And how do you know? Because I'm here now. I am now. Sat Chit Ananda. I know I am now. Satchidananda. I am Sat. I know I am Chit Ananda. I am here now. Because when you say I am here, you don't mean to say you were here yesterday. When you say I am, it's now that you say I am. You can never say I am yesterday. You say I am now, now, now. And what is the length of now? The length of now is free of time, totally free of time. This is what is Satchidananda, Satyam Jnanam Anantam. And so you have to take away a few things. You have to take away all the things. Take away means not that you say, oh, I have to decapitate myself. No, that's not the idea. Take away cognitively. You take away from the equation. You take away the buddhi. You take away the, you to take away the mind. You take away the sense organs. You take away everything. And what remains is simply, I am here now. I am now. That is all that is there. And that is exactly what needs to be the focus. And that is where you have to be. And when you understand this, something wonderful happens. There is that oneness with Ishvara. There is no other darshan of Ishvara other than that, which is shown to you in and through the difficulties. External difficulty, it is just all, all like this. Very, very, very beautiful. And so therefore, dhiyam paravritya, dhiyo antare atra, and then dhiyo antare atra, sanyojana ishvara drishtihi anya. Okay, so this means what? That there is that we are looking in the wrong place. And who is this looker? Ahankara. The seeker is the ahankara. The one who is wanting to know is the ahankara. Seeker is the ahankara. The one who is wanting to know is the ahankara. And that is the one that needs to be looked into. And when we are able to bypass the ahankara, there is of course the union with Ishvara, because all there is Ishvara. And this Ishvara is not somewhere outside the body, mind, sense complex. It's not somewhere outside the samsara, because there is nothing outside the jagat, outside the samsara. It is right where the difficulties are. It is right where the cacophony, the din is. And it is right where the disturbance is. If you are able to sit with the disturbance and not be disturbed by the disturbance, that is exactly where Ishvara is. And therefore, more difficulties in your life means what? There is more Ishvara. This is the only way to look at it. More difficulties, more Ishvara. There's more the presence of Ishvara. There is more the ability to discover Ishvara, to discover and be devoted to Ishvara. There is more the ability to not buy into the drama. And this is what is darshan. And this same darshan, the concept of darshan, is enacted in all the ancient Hindu temples. You go to Madurai, Meenakshi temple, fantastic temple, wonderful goddess. You've only seen one or two pictures. You can't even take pictures. You can't even take pictures. And so you have to go there. And when you go there, what happens? There are no artificial lights, no halogen lamps, no tube lights, nothing. Only our buddhi is a tube light, that's all. No other tube lights other than our own buddhi, which flickers, keeps flickering before it finally turns on. No other source of light. And then you go there and you don't even have to enter the temple. You know why? Because the people behind you push you and already you are there. You don't have to make any effort. You just stand there when the doors open, people behind you give you a nice push, and then you're already there. And you stand in front of the sanctorum, having just come out of the outside light, your eyes are still getting a little sanctorum made of black walls, and then granite walls, perhaps, or some kind of quarried stone walls. walls, black walls. And the deity, the goddess, is also black. She's made of carved out of black stone. The pujari being from South India is also black, already dark. And then what? And then one small, you don't see anybody there. You see one small oil lamp flickering, which is not doing anything at all. Only the anticipation and the excitement mounts, but you don't know what the goddess is like. What is she like? And what is she wearing? What jewelry? What color sari is the mother wearing? You don't know anything. Then it is time for Arati. And the camphor is lit. And then you see the pujari. Oh, there is one hand. Oh, because the hand, borrows the camphor, the small light to light up this little camphor tablet. And it puts it in the little arti holder. And then from top to toe, the goddess is revealed. That light is the light of your own buddhi. And that light is that light which Bhagavan has blessed you to see. Her, him. And then you say, oh, how nice. I never thought she would look so beautiful. And then, that is the darshan. And then there is a union of the seeker and the sought. That is exactly how the Hindu temples are all made like this. The Hindu temples are made with, you go from one particular area to another hall, to another hall, to another hall, to another hall. You keep going like that. And then finally there is this innermost sanctum sanctorum, which what should I say, replicates what is happening here. Your buddhi is also like that, dark. You don't know what Bhagavan looks like. You're yearning for the darshan. And that's why you have to do arati. Doing arati means turning the light of buddhi within by learning to calm down the raga, dvesha, learning to calm down the pains and the sorrows, learning to just suspend these preferences, prejudices, anger, etc. Learning to manage. Getting a little bit of inner space. And then when you get that little bit of inner space, you know what happens? Doors open up. The doors to the inner sanctum opens up. And Bhagavan says, hello, I have missed you too. Where have you been? Welcome back. This is what it is. And so this is, this is the verse number 24. Sanyojanat na Ishvara drishtihi anya. There is no other way of finding Ishvara, connecting to Ishvara. No other way. Okay. Yeah. Next one. Navakti deho hamiti prasuktau nakopi na bhuvamiti pravakti yatrodite sarvamudeti tasya dhiyoham shodhaya janmadesham navakti deho hamiti prasuktau nakopi na bhuvamiti pravakti yatrodite sarvamudeti tasya dhiyahamashodhaya janmadesham. Deha aham iti navakti. So where is this ahankara located? We are looking for the coordinates of this ahankara, the GPS, latitude, longitude. Where is it? Because we have to now, take this ahankara to task. So where are you, first of all, so that we can talk to you? Where are you? Because all this time it is being said. What is being said? Ahankara must be taken care of. Ahankara must be taken care of. Look into the source of the ahankara. This is what is being said. So is it the body? Well, deha aham iti navakti. The body doesn't say this is me. Body doesn't say this is me. In fact, the body is inert. It has no thoughts. You keep on feeding it, it will keep on eating. and you keep on, indulging it, it will keep on getting indulged. You starve it, it will starve. It doesn't have any say over this itself. So, prasuptau, in sleeping, na koapi na abhuvam iti pravakti. But obviously there is something there, because if it's not the body means what? In the way, not the body at all that is there, that is the source of this I notion rather. The body does not say I am. Dehaha ahamiti na bhakti. The body doesn't say I am. And then what else? The mind also doesn't say I am, even though that's not talked about here. We should look at it. Look at that. So the body doesn't say I am. And then koapi, nobody says what now? Koapi na bhakti. Nobody says I was gone. I am not. Where? In deep sleep. So in the waking state, the body doesn't claim the I notion. In deep sleep, the body doesn't negate nobody negates the presence of this I. So the ahankara doesn't operate in deep sleep, true. But then what happens? Yatra udite. In fact, we should change it a little bit to yasya udite. That is the meaning. When it wakes up, when the ahankara wakes up, sarvam udite tasya. For that person, for the waker, everything then comes to life. One is aware of the body. Oh, why is there so much pain? Oh no, what is happening? And then yatra udite sarvam udeti tasya. So when the ahankara is alive, awake, etc., then in the waking state, everything comes. Everything comes. So the ahankara is a very, very interesting being. Why is it an interesting being? Because without the ahankara, no experiences are there. The body doesn't experience anything without the ahankara. And for example, for instance, we don't have a body part protesting. The right, why am I bigger than the left hand? Because sometimes the dominant hand is slightly bigger. The left hand doesn't protest and say, why am I smaller? No. And the stomach doesn't protest and say, oh, what should I do now? No, I'm not getting anything to eat. No, nothing. There is no thought of no thought of that. So, but who is the one? Who is the they? He, the one who is as though in the body, mind, sense complex. Who is I am disturbed? I'm calm. Now I'm disturbed again. Now I'm calm. How long are you calm? As soon as I said the word calm, I'm disturbed. And now noisy. Now quiet. Now tranquil. Now this person is an idiot. If this person wasn't there, I would have enjoyed this much more. This is how the whole life is like that, which is I notion. And so therefore, is the I notion now the mind? Sometimes we don't have any answers. So we make the mind into a scapegoat. I said God. It's a something I was going to say, but it's scapegoat, not scapegoat. And so this is what it is. And the body is made up of 5 elements. It is inert. The mind also is inert. Why? Because the I notion joins the mind and then says, I am sad, I am angry, I am critical, I am devout, I am focused, I am distracted, I am here, I am there, all these things. And so, and when is this ego active? It is there in the dream, because you wake up and say, I have this dream. I had this dream. And what's the dream? And the dream is, I have this, this problem, etc., etc. And I had this dream. And in this dream, I was having this problem. And then I went to a guru, and then everything became okay. That was the dream. Who is saying? I am saying. So the ahankara is alive, awake, very much in operation in the dream. The ahankara is awake, alive in the waking state. And then in the waking state also has comments on the sleep state. When the ahankara is not awake, it still has comments on the sleep state. What does it say? It says, oh, you know what, this I slept well, I did not sleep too well, all these things. And then what? Then so this is and then the I notion also has comments about the body. Then it has comments about the outside world. It has comments about Bhagavan, critical comments, of course. And then this is what we have to see. And even though the mind is a scapegoat, the mind is not the ahankara, because I can not only experience the mind, but I can be the witness of this mind. Who is this I? Who is this I? Where is this I? And how to, and this ahankara, the I notion, is so bound up with the body on the one hand. On the one hand, it is bound up with the body. On the other hand, it is bound up with the mind, etc. And then it is also connected to that Atma, which is the source of all sentiency. The next verse is going to talk about it a lot more. A lot more it's going to talk about. But here we just look at this. Dehaha, na vakti ahamiti. Prasuptau na kopi vakti na abhuvam na asam. Nobody says we are not there. So something is there, which when it is awake, everything comes to light. And when it is not awake, everything is okay. In fact, that's why we have to see that, moksha, even if sleep is like moksha, somebody said. So in sleep, even if you are not feeling a sense of liberation, then who is feeling a sense of liberation? All your loved ones are feeling a sense of liberation because you are asleep. Why? Because you have stopped complaining. That's why. So sleep is an experience of moksha, either for you or for all your loved ones. Abba, thank God. Like when a crying child goes to sleep, everybody is happy. Oh, good, 2 hours. We can do whatever we want. Like that. Even sadder when a crying adult, complaining adult goes to sleep. People are actually happier, And but when the person wakes up, the complaining jiva also wakes up. The ahankara also wakes up. So tasya dhiya ahamaha. So in that, so look for that search. Dhiya means with your buddhi. With your God-given buddhi, search for the birthplace of that I. Was it born in America? Is it born in India? Where is it born? Where is the birthplace? Where is the root? Where is the source of this ahankara? Please look for that. When you look for that, it's not so difficult. Maharshi says, look for the source of the I, and then that is when you find it, give me a call. Why is it said when you find it, give me a call? Because you will not find it. That is the idea. Mithya it is. Look for the source of Mithya. Where is it? It's like going to Gangotri, the source of the Ganga. You look for the source of Ganga. There are so many sources of Ganga. You go to Gangotri and then, No, it's a little further up, a little further up, a little further up. Then you get tired and then you come down. Now, because what goes up must come down. That's all that happens. You don't see, you can't go, that's why we have a saying, Nadi Moolam, Rishi Moolam, Na Vichalayet. Don't stare into the source of a river. You will never find it. Don't stare into the source of the Rishi. You will never find it. In fact, in India, we have the habit, we have the custom of tracing our lineage from one stalwart Rishi or Guru. We belong to that particular clan. And this is wonderful. Kashyapa, Bharadwaja, all these are Gotras. Gotras means clans, lineages. Based on that Kashyapa Gotra. Kashyapa is the Gotra. Kashyapa was the sage, Rishi. So having traced your lineage to the sage, then don't look at where did the sage come from. Then the answer will come monkey. That's all. And then you will feel bad. That's what will happen. So don't look at that because you already have a wonderful source. Don't look at that. And so here also, look for the source of the Ahankara. That has to be Bhagavan. There is no other source. Ahankara doesn't have a source. It is mithya. It is a magical, mystical entity, which is like the cockroach. As soon as you switch on the light, what will happen? The cockroach scurries away and disappears. That's what Ahankara is. Like our current day politicians, Vicharam na sahate, does not brook any enquiry. You start an enquiry and the politician immediately says, I think I'm going to resign. Will not survive the enquiry. Ahankara also will not survive the enquiry. You start looking into its antecedents and it will say, what Ahankara, where? It will hide. You will not find it at all. It disappears. As soon as you look into it, it disappears. What a life. What a thing we have. And then, but why does it disappear? As soon as I look into it, why does it disappear? Well, for that, we will have to wait for the next verse. Deho na janati sato na janma deha pramanonya udeti madhye sukshma sharirati cheto bhava jivanama deho na janati sato na janma deha pramanonya udeti madhye ahankriti granthi vibandha sukshma sharira cheto bhava jivanama. We'll see this tomorrow. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Looks like the transmission was very bad or something. Thank you for putting up with it. And the new router got completely fried in the thunderstorm because it was struck by lightning. I was informed today when the person came to look at it. So the new router should be set up by tomorrow, hopefully with Bhagavan's grace. Should be set up by tomorrow by this class, in the evening. So we will have this class. While I have you all here, I think we will not have the Gita Bhashya class. So Harinder, can you please come online for 10 minutes and
yes.
people?
You
can just put a a share screen and put on the document. You put a document there, okay, and say that because of this Wi-Fi outage, we will not be having that class, okay? Because I think it is not a very good experience for people. Because somebody was complaining a lot, and each time, it was, I think, difficult for people. Was it really bad?
No. It wasn't that bad, Swamiji.
Not too bad?
Swamiji, the focus was there.
The focus wasn't there?
No, we could focus on what Swamiji was saying and disregard the rest.
Yeah, that's the idea. But, everybody may not be able to do that. So we will take a break. We'll come back this tomorrow evening. Okay. Yeah.
So Swamiji, but in the morning we'll have this class, right, Swamiji?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Evening, early morning for you.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
So
yes.
Bhagavad
I mean,
Gita,
yes.
Gita Bhashya class we will not have this week. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Okay,
thank you
Swami.
for putting up with this. And I know
Oh.
India can be very noisy, and here it is impossible without a ceiling fan, which you can see here. I think, yeah. So
Yes, Swami.
we are in the middle of a heat wave. So I'm sure that was also making some noise. So thank you very much. You are all such great shrotas. You're doing wonderful Shravanam. Om Shanti.
Oh.
Thank you.
All
Yeah.
okay. All right.
Thank you, Swami.
Take
Om
care.
Shivaya.
Om.
Thank you, Swaminiji.
Thank you. Thank you. Om.